Well, Twitter was abuzz last night as the Pale and the Tory Graph dropped stories saying that Jeremy Corbyn was considering, at long last for many of us, launching a new political party. Despite being readmitted to the Labour Party, Keir Starmer has childishly kept Corbyn out of the parliamentary party, putting him in the ridiculous position of being a Labour member but not being able to sit as one. And it's been like this for over a year now, with Starmer still insisting Corbyn apologise for comments relating to the scale of anti-Semitism within the party, despite it being Corbyn's right to do so, as acknowledged by the fact a panel of NEC adjudicators unanimously cleared him as such. Corbyn, of course, will not apologise for doing nothing wrong. He saw Starmer's polling plunge, now only recovered because of the sheer scale of government corruption under Boris Johnson. So why now is this news dropped, and why is it unfriendly right-wing hate rags that are reporting on it? Well, I'm sorry to say it's most likely that this has been leaked by Labour to test the waters. How popular is Corbyn still? Does he still represent the threat to the status quo? Would he have a shot at becoming leader of Labour again? Essentially, he's still living rent-free in their heads after all this time. The right of the Labour Party know their man has failed to make an impact with the public, despite relaunch after relaunch. Corbyn, on the other hand, still has that rock star status. He still pulls the crowds wherever he speaks, because people embrace authenticity. And regardless of whether you agree with his politics or not, nobody doubts his honesty or his integrity. His record as Labour leader was one where he inflicted more defeats on a sitting government than anyone else ever has. He won seats on a socialist programme for Labour for the first time since 1997 and 2017, and barring sabotage from the party right, those operating the machinery in Southside, he may well have become PM 5 years ago. 2019 was, of course, another example of backstabbing, primarily by the man who then conned himself into being Corbyn's successor, and the complete waste of time he and his leadership have been to ordinary working class folk ever since. And that same party machine, now with added Peter Mandelson, fears his return. It won't happen, and I think Jeremy knows that. That's certainly inferred by these articles. So what of the case for socialism now? It'll never be made by Labour again. It won't be permitted. Supporters of the Keith and Mandy project, that is New Labour, are telling us that if Corbyn did this, he'd fail miserably, whilst also telling us he'd do so well, he'd split the left vote. If only they spent more time standing for something. The silver lining behind this acid test is that actually it hasn't been ruled out that Jeremy might go there. Nobody else could pull this off and get hundreds of thousands of members to join a new party, likely within days of launch. It is there for the taking. It'd trigger those who did him so wrong, and we'd love to see it.